My meals are a little bit different from everybody else, and the fact that, I don't know, when I was training, I weighed and I measured everything I ate. I had a scale. So every meal, I weighed out like whatever I was eating, 14, 16 ounces or whatever. My carbs were the same thing. I weighed and measured everything, all the carbs that I ate too. But the only thing I didn't do was count calories. All I counted was protein and carbs. So I would take in 600 grams of protein a day with shakes, and maybe about 100 grams of carbs. And it was the hardest diet in the world.
If I were to round it up, I mean, off season I can go anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 calories in a day. It just depends on where I'm traveling to. Whereas pre-contest, you know, I start off at like 6,200 and then get down to like 4,300.
You can't train like a horse and eat like a bird. So that made sense. So it's kept body fat under control. You were able to watch and see the quality of muscle growth, which was slower, but at the same time, you didn't have to eat green beans and tuna fish in order to get cut for a show.
It's a cliche, but you have to eat big to get big. I mean, it's a simple fact. Every meal counts.
You can have a list of foods you need to eat, but you have to stay disciplined with, you know, prepping the food, making sure it's ready to go, as well as taking the time to actually eat it. It's like, oh, people say, I gotta eat fish to get lean instead of chicken or something else. That's complete bullshit. It makes no difference. And I'm eating bison, and I got just as lean as I did when I was eating chicken and fish. If you're not getting in shape, it's because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
I don't have time to cook chicken breasts. I don't have time to cook my meat. If you don't have the time, you have to figure out that there's tools out there that can make the time for you.
I do eat for function over the taste and the pleasure side of food right now. The focus is, hey, this is gonna help me through my training. This is gonna help me get leaner. This is gonna help me, benefit me in a few weeks.
Also once that the best bodybuilders are the best eaters. And that is pretty true.
I was on 5 meals when I'm prepping, up to 6 to 7 if we can, and anything to get the calories bumped up in a clean way.
People tell me they want to gain weight. I eat a lot of food. Then you see, you'll go out with them and you're like, you don't eat. That's what you call eating? I'm like, you want to grow, you need to eat.
Prep dieting is a lot more structured because I feel like when I'm off season, I'm all over the place. So it adds a lot of structure to my life because I know, that tunnel vision, this is what I'm gonna eat right now. I never have to second guess anything.
Metabolism is on fire now. So like I eat and like a half an hour later, I'll feel like I didn't eat. Like, you eat so much, no. The sources, it's different. It's not like I just had a hamburger. The foods that you eat are they just run through you.
But I use liquid aminos and I mix it with vinegar and I pour it on this. That's how I'm able to eat this every day. Just eating bland fish every day, that shit gets tough.
If a human body would be this lean with a calorie deficit for so long in nature, it would think it's in danger. So that's why there's a difference between being lean and being like super lean. When you try to get them even more fat loss going, like it's the next 6 weeks like that, they're never really easy.
And that's all that matters, is you're only feeding enough to get the workouts done.
Quality nutrition was a part of my daily existence as it relates to training for competition on season and off season.
Of course, I'm trying to eat 6 meals a day. Even now, not being competitive myself, I always suggest to people they need to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Most people, that equates to around 5 or 6 meals daily.
nutrition is going to predict how big you are, how fat you are, how lean you are, how skinny you are, how strong you are, how weak you are, you know, depending on how you fuel your body.
It's calories in, calories out. Like, you know, you're putting the fuel in your body, but you're burning up the fuel by the end of the day.
I was taking in maybe 100 grams of carb, and I burned that 100 grams up during my first session of cardio. So the rest of the day, I'm on adrenaline and sheer desire, motivation, and passion.